Your reaction to that, and could you even see yourself lasting as long in management, let alone at one club as long as he has?
First of all, I heard it when I came in this morning, so I was surprised. But it's his decision, first of all, so we have to respect that, and I have no problem with respecting that. So what he is this today, we would probably say he was, and he's still an influencer, kind of in football. He has a fantastic career, outstanding personality, just a really big player in that business, where usually the thing changed overnight, and he was there for so long. How many years was he exactly there? Yeah, that's long, and very, very successful, and that's how it is. And maybe in the last few months, not everybody was happy anymore about this or that result, but that's normal and part of the business. But he always developed teams, brought always fantastic players in. Was a dominating guy, mid-90s, maybe early 2000, when he was really winning pretty much everything. Played wonderful football, so I admired his work always. It was always brilliant. Since I'm in England, it's a little bit different, because now we had to challenge them, of course. But from Germany, he was always a big role model in that job, and so it will be different without him. Not sure if he only steps back at Arsenal or if he will go to another club. He looks quite fit, obviously, and enjoyed the job, I think, even in the last few years. So maybe he will be somewhere else. But from my side, I wish him all the best. And hopefully I can meet him at one point again and tell him that in a personal talk.
Obviously here, Jürgen, you've beaten the champions 3 times this season. And with what you're building, do you sense there's an expectation that you will be the main challengers to City next season? And what do you need, I suppose, to kind of fulfil that role?
Consistency. But it's not about, I don't know which role we will have next year, so that's not too important in the moment, to be honest. That all depends to the football we play. So I think when we started that season, there were different opinions about different clubs, who could be where, who will, and will be the champion at the end of the season. I think a lot of people would have said probably Man City. So maybe Chelsea, United, always on. Nobody really thought about us. I think that's okay, because we did well last season, but there was still a step to go. We did another step, but because around us there's a development as well, and that will be next year again. We have to see what will happen. But of course, it's always that you want to finish better than the year before. That's the minimum target you have, and so. Hopefully we can finish the season again in a Champions League spot, and then there's again with a little bit of space for improvement, football-wise and result-wise. And what you need for that is consistency. You said it. We didn't lose. Or the gap we have between us and City was not in the games against City. So we won 1 and they won 1. So but it was in other games, and a few points we missed. Because kind of was unlucky, I would say, and a few was, of course, our own responsibility, and we have to work on that, and that's what we will do, of course.
As well as finishing in the top 4, what importance do you put on Mo Salah winning the Golden Boot, or does it kind of go hand in hand? Given
it's clear you have always personal target, but of course the main target for Mo as well is to finish in the Champions League spots and in the Isle world. To go to the final, and if you are then there to win the final, that's how it is. But we don't have to think too much about that. It's not that we bring him now. We start now bringing him in situations where he can score. We have to play normal football, and at the end, if Mo is at its best, then he will be a goal threat at least. And then he has to, if he's in the right positions, he will score or not. That's how it always was. Because of the question, you see it already. That changed already. That you. From outside the view, now it's decisive for this and that. But at the end, we came here because in that position because of the football we played. As Mo came here because of the football he played, so we don't have to change anything. We only have to carry on. That's what it is, and for him and for us, exactly the same.
and it has been a long season for him as well, and a great deal of responsibility. I think he's enjoyed to a certain degree, but physically, is he still coping and ready to keep going at the same level, or do you need to take him out?
No physical problems. No physical problems in the moment. Hopefully it stays like this. That's what we need. We need the boys for all the games. Huh? That's how it is. I know that probably the next question will be around lineup and selection for West Brom, because Rome is coming afterwards. We never did it like that. We have to line up a really strong lineup, and we respect always the intensity of the season so far and all that stuff, but at the end we respect West Brom, we respect the competition of the Premier League. We know that we need points to be in the top four, and that's what we try to do, and it will be difficult enough because everybody saw West Brom. I got 4 points since they changed the manager again, and it was. I know that a lot of people are like, "Oh, United lost against West Brom." Yes, West Brom was a little bit lucky, maybe 2 situations, but they deserved it. So, and not only because Man United was not at their best, no, because West Brom did really well, and now they have a home game, and they want to show that they believe in their little last chance. That's how it is, and we are the first opponent in that new situation. So we need to be at our best in that game. It will be difficult. We lost in the FA Cup. I don't have to remind anybody on that. So that's the situation, and that's what we respect first. And then after the game, we think about Rome, because there's no other way. There's no other way for us. We don't have 25 players in the moment and can line up 2 different sides and stuff like that for one competition and the other competition. We need all the players, and Mo, thank God, is fit in the moment.
It's not my next question actually, but thank you. I don't need to ask it now. The PFA team of the season that we saw this week, Sadio Mane not in the team, Roberto Firmino not in the team. Was that a surprise to you that either or both?
To be honest, I didn't think about it. I'm really happy with the performance of the 2 boys this season, but I think there are only good players in. I don't even know exactly which players are in. So, who is the striker?
Well, the front line is Mo, Harry Kane, and Sergio Aguero.
Yeah. That's a good choice. So it was obviously a lot of good players in the Premier League, and for me, it's at the end. If you have, that's how my life is. I have to make a cut at 11. So, and the people who voted for that obviously had to make the same cut. So you cannot line up 16, even if they're all good, and they're all good. So we have, as I said, we have still space for improvement. It's a little bit. I think I heard there are a lot of Man City players in. Yes, they are champion. So how can you ignore that? And I'm pretty sure how is the decision made? Yeah, so I'm sure Sadio and Roberto had a lot of votes for them as well, and at the end it was probably pretty close, I think. But it's not too important. That's especially these 2 boys know that they're in a good moment and that they played a good season, and that's most important at the end. We always have to see who else is good, and in these kind of things, PFA Player of the Year is probably not the most important thing in the world of football. Sergio Aguero was not very often in that, and he scored goals in the Premier League since ages. So that's how it is. We have the chance to change that for next year.
Jürgen, in terms of management, is it getting significantly harder, more stressful, more intense?
It's always like this. It's a decisive part of the season. So it's not that we go to the game.
Over the course of years, is it getting harder? The scrutiny is it?
It depends a little bit to the aims and targets you have. So if you are close to it, then it's quite intense and stressful to get it. The best thing I think everybody wants is to be in kind of March. Be champion or whatever, then you have a nice April and a nice May. or to if you want to stay in the league to make that sure pretty early, then you can. Then life is different. For us, we have always pressure, we have always stress, so that's normal. But now, of course, you have not that many games anymore. You have to deliver now. You have to use the basis you use. So that's intense, 100%. I wouldn't say. You mean the job?
Well, I was thinking that Wenger is finishing after 22 years in one job. I've seen an interview. I don't know if the translation is right, but it's saying that you don't want to die on the touchline because of the pressure. And I'm just wondering if the two things go. You're very young.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if it's hard as an individual to deal with everything that comes with being a manager now.
It's not. How I said, it's quite intense. That's how it is. That's true. And it's what I want to say. And I only spoke about it because the interviewer asked me. Yeah, so I didn't start. By the way, what I want to say, this job is so intense, and I will stop as early as possible. That's not how it is. I love what I do, and I enjoy it. That's 100%. But it's intense. But life. Most jobs are really intense. The big difference is that we are constantly in the focus. Do I need the fact that I'm famous, that everybody knows me, wherever I go, it's kind of, they stop talking? No, I don't need it a bit. It's not that I feel that special. It's only, but it happens. I would be really happy when that could stop at one day. So if I stop and think then about it, nobody will remember me. That's not a problem for me. That's rather a dream. So and that's all the things. I don't need it, but it's all part of the business, and it's very. I said that in the interview as well. We got really well paid, so that's all okay. We can have then the life we never dreamed of at one point. But I don't want to have this life when I cannot walk anymore. So that's only when I have back problems in the morning and neck problems when I wake up and all that stuff. So that's life is not only for that. And I don't need football to be happy. In the moment, I love it, but I don't need it in the big thing. So that's why I said there will be a moment, and I don't know when it is. I don't know when it is. There will be a moment when I say thank you very much, and probably because that happens now from time to time, like with Jupp Heynckes in Germany, they asked him when he was 72. Can you do the job again? Then they wanted him to carry on in the job. There's always a next guy who can do the job. Only the deciders need to be brave enough to choose that. That's how it is. And that's all what I think. What I do, I love it. It's not too intense to deal with it, not a bit. Everything is fine. But at one point, it's then enough. And then another one have to take over. That's all. And it's different to 20 years ago, 100%. I can talk about it because I'm 18 years in the business. So as a manager, it's completely different because of you as well. No time for nothing anymore. You have to deliver now. I remember when I came in October 15, I had 3 days with the boys to train, and everybody was waiting for the impact I had for the Tottenham game. That's crazy in itself because there is no impact. It's not that they play like before, and everybody would have been surprised in 3 days. So that's the job. Everybody wants results immediately. But we deal with that. That's not a problem. And my life is good. Everything is fine. I'm healthy. So I'm in a wonderful club. I have a fantastic team. It's all fine.
James?
People talk, and understandably so, about the individual achievements of your players, but how highly would you rate the team spirit? Because it just looks like it's a team who love playing together.
Yeah, but that happens. That's always how it should be in the end of a season. Now we know everything about each other. Now we much more. We know about the movement of the specific player. We know now that the one is rather playing here and strength here and strength there. So that's one thing. Then we had kind of success, not real success so far, but improvement, development, obvious development. And that's good. And of course, the team, we have fantastic characters together there. That's how it is. But they were already fantastic characters when we didn't play that well, to be honest. That's another thing. Now we think now the weather is good, the players are good and all that stuff. 7 weeks, 8 weeks ago, we discussed about different things. Probably, I have no memories for that, but probably in September, October of that season, a lot of people were a little bit in doubt about the players, about me and all that stuff. Now we're in a good moment, but nothing else. That's the thing. Spirit is good. It would be crazy if it would not be good. But now we have to to finish the job. And there's a lot to do. So I'm not even 10% in the mood to have kind of a resume. It's not because I'm not interested in that. West Brom is interesting for me, 100% interesting, and that's the only thing I'm thinking about. And we need everybody at its best to deliver there again.
I'll just ask, in terms of injuries, Dejan Lovren, Emre Can, Adam Lallana, how are they?
Yeah, nothing real new, no real news about Adam and Emre in a good way. We will see what that means at the end. How I said, everything is possible that they will be part of the squad again this season or not. That's how it is. The only thing what is 100% sure is Real Madrid will not be in the squad anymore. He will start the preseason with us. That's clear. Kleiny struggled a little, had a little muscle issue. It's unfortunately pretty normal after a completely normal session. It happened, so he's probably not available for tomorrow. All the rest is available. So Joe is back in full training. Dejan had only a little bit longer recovery, but he trained yesterday as well. And nobody else, I think. That's it. Yeah.
You touched on it a bit just there, but we've seen progress on the pitch with the football, but has that been matched with the progress in the players' mentality in terms of getting the job done?
Nobody is born and has an outstanding mentality. That's all a learning process. That's all experience. You realize if you do that, then you get that, and then more and more. If you try a little bit more, then we have a bit better chance to do that. That's how it is. The mentality of the boys. You are not born as a winner. It's not that your mother saw when you were 1 year old. Yeah, he will be a winner. Probably each mother thinks that, but it happens very often that it's not the case. So that's it. We are in that process. So and we still that the finals. We had already a few finals. So in the season. So very important games. And now we have still very important games, and we need to carry on. We need to carry on. That's you see it with all these positive. Two things. One is when it doesn't work, then it's very negative, and it's quite difficult to get rid of that. And if you feel each question is kind of, why did that happen? Why is it possible? And now it's the other way around. Now everything is positive. Wow, how is that? And the big difference is to last season. Okay, parts of our football, of course, but that we qualified for the semis. That's a big difference. It was kind of that little click what everybody was waiting for. So that's good, but it doesn't mean that we achieved anything. We have to do now the next step. So that's it. And nobody want to go out in the semis or whatever. So we want to go through. That's clear. And then if you're in the final, if you're in the final, yeah, are we favorites there or what? No, we go there and play a world-class team again. So that's it. Or we would go there and play a world-class team again. And now we play West Brom. A challenge. The weather is good, obviously. The pitch will be dry. All the things. Nobody thinks about it, but we have to really fight in that game and not celebrating ourselves for the things we did this season. So, do we have the mentality for that? Yes. Does that mean it's 100% sure that it will work? No. It's still like this. The only thing is we had a few more really good experiences this year together, and of course that helps to come closer as a group. Of course that helps, and that's what we try to keep and build on it again, because we are not the best group in the world. There's still lots to come, and that's what we are working on. But in the next season, now we use this one, and yeah, hopefully we can.
Good. Okay, nothing else in here. We'll go into the room on there, guys.
See you.